Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. I've looked into this meltucker situation. Shout out to Daryl Jones for coming by last night and everything and basically breaking down the situation. I got to read the report basically of the claims made by one Brenda Tracy, who is a supposed rape victim from 15, 16 years ago from Oregon State players. I think she was raped by 4 men. 2 were on the Oregon State football team. And she basically, they had a case against these men. The men were claiming that it was consensual or it was this person. They were pointing fingers at one another. 2 of them were saying that it was consensual. Like they had condoms on. One person asked to get in and she said no to him, I guess. It's a big mess. The thing is, she never came forward because she was scared to, I guess, because there was people around her who, this would have affected personally. But now it's kind of crazy because they did a toxicology. I'm not going to get all into it because we'll be here for like all day. It would be an hour-long video, and I'm not going to make it this an hour-long video. The thing is that it's basically half and half. Half of the people believe her. The other half are like, she's full of crap. I mean, she's just full of crap. You got one who's close to her, I think is a friend of hers who dates the one of the guys who supposedly raped her, and they're basically saying that, that she brought it on herself. Like some say that she was down for it. She was down to get the train ran on her. And the toxicology report says that she had no drugs in her. They didn't drug her. They didn't do anything to her to have her in a daze or whatever. She said that she was held down trying to say stop and all of this and stuff. And then you have a report, I believe they said that from the intercourse of it, that it seemed it was non-consensual. So they were trying to build the case up and she just didn't show up. Now, all of a sudden, with this Mel Tucker situation, Mel Tucker signed a contract for 10 years, $95 million. And he had that one good season for Michigan State, and then after that, really hasn't been doing well. He's had problems in his marriage. Him and Brenda became friends. He brought Brenda by to talk to the men about, forcing themselves on women and, accepting no is no, watch yourself, be careful, try to understand where the woman's coming from or, doing these speeches and stuff. But it's funny to me how we overglorify a white woman, but we have a lot of black women out here who have been sexually assaulted, but they're not being looked into and they've been done dirty at universities in the past, but they get submerged because they're not the right skin tone. Now, I'm not trying to make this a race thing or anything, but to me, I believe it is a race thing. She's a white girl. She looks okay. I mean, she was a mother of 2 kids at the time. Everything about her has always been about she's been abused, sexually assaulted. She don't have confidence in herself. She just attracts the wrong man and stuff. So many things. This is what I tell women, who have been through sexual abuse or assault or anything. Tell somebody. Tell somebody. I mean, anybody. don't hold this stuff in, because when you hold this stuff in, everything after that becomes white noise. Now, I'm not saying what she's saying, hold on real quick. Now, I'm not saying that she's lying or anything. I'm just saying it's some details in her reports and her story that I find kind of strange and kind of cringy. Mel Tucker gave her compliments and did all of this type of stuff and flirting, and she would say these things, but then, she would deny it and stuff. To me, from reading both accounts, I believe both of these people were having a relationship. Like, I don't think it was physical yet. I just believe it was just some flirting, some talking, and they became warm with one another, and they just started, feeling one another. And to me, this is what I also find strange. When they were on the phone, he started masturbating to her voice and everything, because he said he liked a picture of hers, or, he liked a picture of hers, and he, said that's the one. He liked how she said something to him, and and he started masturbating. But my thing is, why were you on the phone for 36 minutes with him? If you were uncomfortable, why didn't you just hang up the phone? There's a lot of women who would have done that if they felt violated or they felt, disrespected. My thing is, why would you do that? And then there's text messages that you deleted. I also want to know why he deleted his. He said because he gets so many text messages, which I think is bullshit. I think he deleted it because he was saying some sexual things to her. And I think she deleted it because I think she was saying some sexual things, flirting right back. So she wanted to delete it because she got to keep this persona of this victim that never went forward with the allegations of being raped, but she's a victim. And this is why I tell people who are going through that, don't give me that crap about, well, some people are scared, they're mentally scarred and everything. Listen, that is understandable. Mentally scarred, you're going through that. People have gone through that. I can't understand it. Some people can't understand it unless it happens to them. So I'm not going to act like I'm going to try to understand it. My issue with victims are, and some are really going through this. Some of them are really victims, but they don't get highlighted or put on a national stage. Why is this woman so different? Why is she, it's like she's picked to be put on stage. Is it because she's white? I mean, what if it was a black woman who went through these ordeals? Would she have the same voice? What if this was a woman around the corner from the projects, or a woman from the trailer parks that's white or whatever? Since you guys think this is about race, why is it necessarily her? This is what I don't understand. And I'm not trying to make a conspiracy. I'm just making a theory right now. I'm just making a statement, just making a theory from the information that I've gathered, from the information that I've taken in. So I don't want everybody, please don't get upset. This is just me speaking, okay? This is just me speaking on my thoughts. This is why I say my thoughts. If you don't like it, hey, you don't have to be here. But if you want to make a comment, you can make a comment about it and explain how you feel about it. Now, if you feel I'm being an asshole or I'm being not being generous or showing any empathy, the reason I'm not is because her story sounds like bullshit to me. Now, to the next person, it may sound sad, it may sound heartwarming. It just sounds like bullshit to me. To me, I think what happened is, she was around men. She basically, she went for it. And then during the mid part where it was finna get going, where the men were finna run the train on her because she gave off that consent. I'm not saying she said yes. I'm saying that she gave off consent or gave off body language of, yeah, come and take me. Or she gave off the actions of, yeah, come and take me. And I believe midway when they were doing it, switching up men, I believe she wanted to stop. I believe she started thinking, saying how this would make me look, how everybody think I would be feeling, or how I would be, how people would judge me. This is just me. This is allegedly. This is just me giving a conjecture, just giving my theory of what happened. And I believe midway through, the next guy or the third guy or whatever guy it was, she started feeling like she would be seen as a hoe or a easy to get, and she started claiming that she was, raped and all of this stuff. And the guys just kept doing it. They were drunk, they were high, so they lost all of their sensibility. They were like, shit, she down for it then, and they just went for it. Do I believe, am I trying to give them a pass? No, I'm not trying to give them a pass. This is why I don't do things like that, run trains on chicks or anything of that nature, because this is why it's dangerous, because the girl could change her whole story. And if she's white, that's even worse, because you're going to get thrown under the jail, which the lawmakers were trying to do. They were trying to bring her forward, and it was 4 brothers who did it, black men, and they were going to get thrown under the jail, regardless of if it was consensual or not. They were dark-skinned. She the pretty white girl, or the white girl, she's heavenly, holy, and all that shit. That's what I'm saying, is that men, you have got to be careful. You cannot, this is why I tell men, there's plenty. I mean, we were young and dumb. Some of us ran trains on chicks, Some of us done this and that, but you got to understand, we were young and dumb. Luckily, the women were cool with it, but sometimes that shit don't go the right way. That's why it's better to just, if you with a chick or a chick gives you the okay to have sex with her consensually, man, just you do it. Don't even try to, you know what I'm saying, bring somebody else in there. Because, and don't listen to dudes. Dudes be like, after they done slept with the chick, they be like, yeah, man, you go in there, dog. Go ahead and knock her down. And don't do that, because he may be cool with it, but the chick ain't cool with it. So don't do that either, because you'll find yourself in a bad predicament. So that's why it's cool to just be you, be to yourself. Don't even get involved with certain people, because people will leave you out to dry. And I found that out years down as my experience. I found that out the hard way, is I should have just been to myself and not mess with certain people. So this meltucker case, Meltucker shouldn't have never put himself in that predicament, even if he's not wrong, which I don't think he's wrong. I think that they literally were having a relationship, a personal relationship as friends that became flirtatious and sexual on the phone sex, or I think those deleted messages she had, I think she sent some pictures of herself, like naked. She could have. This is allegedly, because why would you just delete the messages? And you're a victim of this so-called rape that happened where half the people don't really believe you, and the other half, they believe you. So it's 50-50. So that means it's something there which I'm not all the way with. Because it's the same thing with the Kobe Bryant thing with the one girl. Everybody in the town was like, no, she's always down for that. That she was the town slut. And then everybody trying to make her seem like, and they really didn't even show pictures of her like that. And then she went out and did a rap about the shit, laughing about the shit. So that's what I'm saying. People have got to stop jumping to what the media is making you jump to. Get the facts, read the story, and then go off of the stuff after that. Because before the one chick with Kobe went to Kobe, she already had 3-4 different semens of other people, which means she was a jump off. And later on, she probably wanted some money, couldn't get no money. That's why she made it a civil case. Just because you settle in civil court or you settle doesn't mean you're guilty. You're just paying so you can get the shit done and go back with your life. Because civil suits and things like that could take up to like 10 to 15 years. It's crazy. But because Kobe Bryant is black and people already didn't like Kobe because they thought he was trying to be Jordan, they hated him. So that hate spewed into he's lying. So that's why I go into stuff with a clear head. Because, yeah, I got Kobe Bryant as my best player, but I never liked it, Kobe. He's only the best player because of his skill level, his skill and what he was able to do on the floor. That's why I make him one, because he had the best bag of any player I've ever seen in history. Like he had move on move on move. That's why I got him as the best. Not because I like him. I could give a shit about him. God rest his soul, pray for his family to be better, but I'm not invested like that in a player. I've never been invested in players like that. I've never fought for players going crazy like that. I just get upset when people are delusional about players. And it's like, man, you must love this player. But I sidetracked. Sorry about that. But my issue is I just don't know. It's too many discrepancies in this case. Now, he called multiple times, like, that's why I tell people, that's why if I call you once, I call you once. I don't call chicks more than 2, 3, 4 times because you're not finna try to say, oh, I'm harassing you. No. I say something to them, send them a text or say what up to them. That's up to them whether they respond or not. If they stop responding and I ask a question, they don't respond, I'd be like, whatever, they don't want to talk then. I don't do all that crap because I don't trust these women. Women are very fickle. A lot of these women, not a lot of them, but some of these women will put you in a bind that will destroy your career, no matter what genre, no matter what business you're in. So that's why you have to be careful as a man. And Mel Tucker's a married man. He's a married man, so you definitely should have known better than this. And I blame Mel Tucker for this, for putting himself in this situation. I blame Kobe for his situation, for putting himself in that situation. Don't mess with the dude. You could have got you another chick somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. We've got to be smart. We got to be smart. Don't put yourself in a situation that will publicly make you look bad. And Mel Tucker, in my opinion, made himself look bad. But this chick, Brenda Tracy, I believe she full of shit. I'm just being honest. I feel like there's a lot of discrepancies there. I believe she's worried about an image and trying to portray being something instead of actually being that. I think she love to get down. I think she love brothers. I think she loved the soul pole, but I just think that she basically doesn't want to be seen as this type of person, so she uses something else to try to make her image stay strong and stay solid. That's why Jim Harbaugh spoke out, because Jim Harbaugh probably want to sleep with her. That's the only reason why he did it, allegedly. He probably want to blow her back out, allegedly. So that's why he spoke against meltucker and is supporting her. You know, that's how a lot of these scumbags are, because Jim Harbaugh's a scumbag. So I don't care what anybody say. I don't like him either. But, you know, so let me know in the comment section what you think about everything. They're going to have hearings October 5th for the Mel Tucker thing and Brenda Tracy thing. It's going to be, you know, it's going to be a hearing about if he how do I say it? If he violated Title IX, which is sexually harassing or making sexual advancements to somebody on school's time, you know, basically. And he could be voided of his contract. He could lose all his money. So that's why they suspended him. But if it's found out that it's nothing and he's good, then they'll bring him back. But they're trying to see if he did this on his personal time or on school time. If he did it on school time, making sexual advancements, whether it was harassment or not, he could lose his job and he could lose all his money. Now, if it wasn't, if it was on his personal time and all of that, and it ain't mixed with the business and everything, then he'll resume his duties as coach. You know, because that's a huge contract just to let somebody go over. You know, just how I feel about it. To me, was he wrong? Yeah, he was wrong. If you're a married man, whether you're going through a good marriage or bad marriage, don't get involved with a woman. Okay? Don't get involved with a chick. Wait till you are done with your marriage or you're away from it entirely, divorced and all, before you do it. I did that before when I was separated. I'll never do it again because that shit really messed me up. So I tell men, don't even dabble in anything. If you're married, take your ass home. Now, whether you're on the couch, whether y'all sleeping together, sleeping in different rooms, don't put yourself in harm's way. Don't do it. Don't put yourself in harm's way. Don't do it. Mel Tucker put himself in harm's way, so this is why it's going the way that it's going. You know. Now, the University Oregon State president basically, you know, tried to apologize about it. You know, the Oregon State president, Ed Ray, was asked if they could examine the reports and see if they could do something now. She said she was gang raped, sodomized, robbed, and re-victimized. Now, two of the players for the Oregon State team who did something to her, they did give the money back that they took. They took some money and stuff from her, but they gave it back. So Mr. Ray trying to, I apologize for this and all this. They're only doing it because she's a white woman. That's all. And I don't want to hear you white people come out of nowhere, man, this ain't got nothing to do with race. Yes, it does. America is one of the most racist countries in the world, next to Russia, Great Britain, all of these countries, China, all of you bastards are racist and prejudiced. So stop playing. You know, that's why I say I don't live in fantasy world. I live in real world. Now, do I believe that, like I said, I don't know. We'll see. You know, but Mel Tucker, man, you a black coach, man. You know not to put yourself in that predicament. But Michigan State has a partnership with her to come around and talk. They pay her. They pay her at least, I believe, 10 grand or 20 grand to speak. So to me, I would look into Michigan State too, because I think they might be trying to get up out this contract. So they're going to try everything to side with her. I don't think they give a damn about them talking and all that. But I just want to know this from Brenda Ray. And all you fake ass victims and fake ass apologists out there, why she didn't return the gifts back to Meltucker when he gave her the gifts. Second of all, why was she on the phone while he was masturbating for 36 minutes? 36 minutes. He was masturbating. You're on the phone for 36 minutes. You don't hang up once you find out what he's doing. Come on. Then why did you delete text messages that were sent from you to him and him to you? Why did you delete it? Then tried to say, oh, you didn't want to mess him up, but you're over here telling your assistant, who passed away, by the way, I believe in June or July or whatever, telling her about his marital problems, that he abided in you to keep confidential. Then when he was calling you, when he was calling you multiple times, telling you, how about I sneak in to see you, how come you didn't file a report then? Because remember, when the Oregon State thing happened, you said I should have went along with the case. Why you didn't go along with the case then? I know why. Because you were going to be exposed by your friends as being a hoe. That's what would have happened. Then this case right now, you wanted to delete the messages because you didn't want them to see that you were leading Meltucker on. You were leading him on. That's why he was sending you gifts and doing all this shit. You didn't want to be exposed. But like I said, this is allegations. This is just me speaking my theory. There's no such thing as conspiracy theory. If you go look at conspiracy, the word means conspiring against or whatever you're doing. Theory is a statement that you make. So let's start with all this fugaziness. Those are my questions. And I'm not defending Meltucker. Listen, Meltucker's stupid. He dumb. And if he loses his job, it's on him, because you're a black man engaging with a public figure they done put on this pedestal because she's white and she was gang raped and attacked by the big black men. Sound like Rosewood, doesn't it? Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you guys do love what you hear, you can donate to the page by going to the description box, hitting that link that goes to my Cashapp to donate whatever your heart's desire. And you guys can go to my zelle. You know, if you guys want to go to my zelle and everything, which basically you could donate there too. There's a number in my description box. Just type that in the zelle and search, and you'll find my account where you could donate. You guys can also super chat when we go live or premiere, and you guys can also leave a super thanks. Thank you guys for listening, man. Love, peace, man. Happiness, man. We are out. Deezy.